Morning. Welcome to this Monday morning beginner session on Yoga for Every Hour. My name is Kerrina. I'm just going to be leading you through a nice, gentle practice this morning. Just taking you gently into the week. Just to see how we're doing for time. We've got a minute, so let's take a moment to settle yourself in. Just awake to our scheduled time. Just use this opportunity to settle down into a comfortable seat. We talked about what a comfortable seat looks like last week. So just as a reminder, you probably want to sit yourself up on a cushion or a bolster. You want the knees to be lower than the hips and, if possible, relax down on the floor. For some people, kneeling just doesn't feel comfortable on the knees, and in that case you can do a kneeling position, and if it's too much to sit down on the knees, then you just take a rolled up blanket or a cushion. Depending on how high you need, just place it behind. That will take the pressure away from the front. That will take the pressure away from the knees. So you can build this up if you need higher. But it's important for you to play with that and understand, start to connect with your body and understand how your body, how it is to be in your body, how your body needs to be positioned. So we're going to start with a little, a nice simple breathing practice this morning. Once you find your seat, let the sitting bones drop down, be nice and tall through the spine, and have this sensation of lifting up through the crown of the head. Come and turn your palms up on your thighs and place the thumb and the first finger together in Chin Mudra. Let's take a moment to settle in there, and then when you're comfortable, just let the eyes softly close. Remembering that if we don't have a cold or we're not restricted in our breathing, we're going to be breathing in and out through the nose. Just slowly start to bring your attention away from the external world and start to draw that out. Whatever practicing, just letting go of already or what you may need to do later. Just try and let the breath anchor you here in present. And now we're just letting the breath come and go. We're not trying to change it. Just becoming aware of the subtler movements as the breath breathes the body. those thoughts come and try and invade your peace, I want you to just acknowledge them, let them pass. You can come back to them later if they're still important. For now, just stay grounded in the breath and in the present moment. If you can feel any tension in the shoulders, then just give them some movement, let them melt away from the ears. And then the other place we tend to hold tension is at the jaw. So just make sure the jaw is nice and soft. You can just move it side to side. And if it helps, just take a couple of deep sighing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling any tension in the body melt away with the exhalation. Okay, we're going to do a practice called Samavriti, which is just equal breathing. Very calming practice. We're all beginning from different points, so the important thing is that the breath, the inhalation and the exhalation are equal. And just take a moment to observe your breath. And then I want you to breathe in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 4. The length of that 4 will be different for all of us. Just try and make the inhale and the exhale even. So I'll count a few rounds with my breath, but please honour your own. I'm going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, release, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Just find your rhythm and continue. Just allow yourself to continue with this practice. If you ever start to feel lightheaded or faint, just let go of the practice and let the breath come back to normal. You can let that practice go now. Just notice how you feel. Notice the quality of the mind. Gently eyes to open. Okay, let's warm through the wrists. So come and clasp the fingers and just roll the wrists, make circles. Just loosening on to the joints in the wrists. And switch direction. Okay, let that go. I'm going to take into the shoulders, so we're going to take our fingers, on top of the shoulders, nice, just relaxed. And let's just roll. Actually feel shoulders moving. This can be big or small, fast or slow, whatever your body needs today. And then when it's convenient, or when it feels nice, convenience and not word, just take it in the other direction. Good. Just be nice and gentle ourselves, easing ourselves into Monday. I'll let that go. Okay, let's take the, I can't remember whether the Vimeo in mirrors or not, so do whichever comes naturally. So take the left hand down by the left thigh, and then just inhale as you bring the right arm up. And then exhale, soften. And then we're going to lift up and out. So inhale, reach up, point those fingers all the way up, stretch through the side body. And exhale, relax the shoulder back down. One more time. Inhale, lift and reach. And we're going to hold it here for a couple of breaths, just extending that space, reaching up with the fingers. Reach, reach, reach. Really become taller on that right side. And then exhale. Just take the fingers into the corner of the room. So just slightly on the diagonal. We're not going all the way over yet. Reach, reach. Good. Really extend the length between the right sitting bone and the left fingertips. Make sure you keep both sitting bones down, then we don't want to rock up or move the position of the hips. Should feel really nice stretch. And then gently inhale back up. Exhale, release. Take a second just to notice. You might even be able to sense the energy moving down that right side of the body. You'll certainly feel a little bit taller. Okay, let's take it to the other side. So the right hand comes down this time as we inhale, the left arm up. And just take an exhale and relax into the position first. And then inhale, reach up through those fingers, stretch the other side now. And exhale, soften the shoulder. We're going to take it up and stay up this time. Inhale, reach. And then just slowly keep allowing that stretch to become further, the shoulder to become more spacious, the fingers to reach up, sitting bone to drop down. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. Okay, on your next exhale, we're just going to take it over into the corner. We're just slightly on the diagonal, we're not going all the way over yet. And reaching, keeping that reach going, that sensation of the left sitting bone dropping down, right fingers reaching up, getting a really good stretch into the side of the body. Inhale, come back up. Nice and gently exhale down. Good. Again, take a second to notice it feels. I'm just going to let that go before we take it any deeper. So take the hands behind you. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, just softly bow. Doesn't matter how far you go. Yeah, that stretch. Come on. Exhale, just completely relax forward. Let gravity do the work for you. And then inhale. Coming back up. Let's just do that on the other side too. So take hold of the right wrist now. Inhale. And exhale, soften. And inhale, come all the way back up. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. We're just going to change our position. We've been here a while. So just move whatever you're sitting on. We'll need it again later, but you can just put it to one side for now. And we're going to look at a forward fold. So come and have the legs nice and straight. You want to try and find your sitting bones. I've just discovered, after I don't know how many months of teaching at home during lockdowns, I've just discovered I'm sliding all around on the carpet, and I've just discovered that actually I'm better off without a mat on the carpet. So when we do the standing poses and when we come into sun salutations, which we're going to do a workshop on next week, if you find that you're sliding around, maybe just make sure you're barefoot and lose the mat. Okay, so come and find a nice tall spine. We're coming into Dandasana first. So we find the sitting bones. Our legs are active. So we looked at this one last week. Toes are pointing up. Shoulders up, back and down. Hands rest alongside the body. Nice tall spine. Lift up through the head. Let's close the eyes. Take a couple of breaths here. And we're going to take a soft forward fold. So we're not going to stretch the arms up for this one. We're going to take a big inhale. And then as we exhale, we're just going to gently walk the hands down. So a nice soft fold to begin with. So we haven't really worked the legs yet. So we're just stretching the backs of the legs here. And just stay there a moment. Take my jumper off. So just stay there a moment, let the stretch happen. Overextend the knees. If you have hyperextension, if you know that you have hyperextension in the knees, you may take a gentle bend into them and allow them to come forward. Okay, slowly roll yourself back up. We'll come back to that one in a moment. We're going to go for a wide leg straddle. We're going to take our legs nice and wide, not too wide. Wide, not too wide. It's that Goldilocks point. So we're not overstretching, still quite soft. And then again, we want to find our sitting bones. I find it useful to press down, lift myself up and slightly forward, and you have that grounding down into the feet. And again, we're going to be soft. So shoulders up, back and down. And then next exhale, just slowly slide the hands down the legs as you take a gentle forward bend. Same goes with the knees. If you hyperextend, just lift the knees up a little bit. You just don't want to go in too deep too quickly. Just let gravity do its thing here. So these muscles inside the adductors, they do tend to, they're quite compliant, they release quickly, so you might find as you just let go and send the breath to the tight areas, with each exhale you just go slightly deeper as you let go of the resistance in the body. Feels more comfortable for you, you can bring the hands in and let the forearms rest down. Okay, next inhale brings you slowly back up. We're going to take the right foot and place it on the inner left thigh. Shoulders up, back and down. Left hand to the inside of the left leg. Then we're going to inhale as the right arm comes up. And then as we exhale, we're going to gently fold across the that left leg. So the important thing here is not to let the shoulder come forward. We're going to stay up nice and high. So as we get this expansion in the chest, don't worry about trying to come down and grab the foot yet. Just keep this top shoulder back, and we're stretching down that right flank, just like we did at the beginning. Your choice whether you have an active arm, fingers pointing, or whether you just let the arm relax, doesn't matter. Your gaze traditionally is going to be up under that armpit, but sometimes that can feel a bit congested in the neck. So if it doesn't feel good for you, you can look forward, or you can look down. Make it work for you. Make the pose fit your body. You don't make your body fit the pose. That's where injury comes. So we just need to be aware of our own body and our own limitations. And we can work to try and extend that comfort zone, but we do need to just be mindful. Okay. Gently and slowly, because that's a deep stroke up. And we'll switch to the other side. So this time the left foot is coming to the inner right. You're going to take the right hand, palm facing out on the inside of the right leg. Inhale, the left arm comes up. And then exhale as you take the slide down. Again, not dropping forward, keeping this shoulder back. An active or relaxed arm, your choice. Be aware of where the gaze is. How does the neck feel? Make sure it's not congested or under any kind of pain. It's good early on to get used to thinking that in your yoga journey, your body is different to the person on the mat next to you. The good thing about learning online is there isn't a body next to you, so there's less comparison. But you should never look at someone else and think, I want my body to look in that shape. The body, feel the pose, rather than what it looks like. Okay, just one more deep breath here. And slowly and with control, come all the way back up. And release. Okay, we're coming back to seated. So if you want to re-prop yourself up, you're going to take a gentle twist with a side stretch. So nice and tall through the spine. Take some time to make sure you're still in that lovely position. Don't rush into the stretch. Then we're going to take our right hand onto the left thigh, knee, wherever. We'll do a gentle twist first. So as you place the hand, inhale, lift up and tall through the spine. And then exhale, take the left hand behind you, just turn and look over that shoulder. Gently to begin with, so I don't want you to force the neck around, just a gentle gaze over that shoulder. The hand on the leg is your lever, so that allows you to turn more with the exhale. The more pressure you place, allows you to turn with the exhale. Gently release, come back to center, and we'll take it to the other side. So the left hand to the right leg, inhale up nice and tall, and then exhale, take the turn. So this first 4 weeks are really gentle, really foundational. This first 4 weeks is getting you to come and reside in your body. So we do things slowly to give you the time to actually be present in your body. So often we detach from our bodies. We're all in the mind. And release, come back to the center. And then the following 4 weeks are going to start to add on to that. So so we so often want to be doing. So if you've started your yoga journey with me and you feel like you should be doing more, we'll get there. But for now, we just need to take the time to actually get to know our bodies again. So we're going to come back to one of the first moves. So we're going to take the left hand alongside the left hip. Inhale as the right arm comes up. And then exhale, reach across. So we're going all the way this time. Keep that top. Keep the shoulder back. And then this time, you can soften into it a little more. So as the right side of the body starts to stretch out, the left fingers can just walk away a little more. But remembering, don't compromise, don't lift the right buttock and knee and hip. Don't move that. Keep that solid. It's as if that's made of lead. That can't move. That's going to stay grounded. And just let that stretch happen. So breathe and release in and soften the body as you let go of the breath. And exhale. This time we're going to drop the hand forward and slowly come back up. Oh, that feels lovely. Hopefully you're getting that lovely sensation of length and space and side stretched. Okay, right hand comes down. Inhale as the left arm comes up. And then exhale, take it across. So these poses are also really great for letting you know where there is that resistance in your body. So we have so many different habitual patterns with regards to our body. We create deep grooves. So things like always crossing the same leg over the other leg will eventually create imbalances. And things like, I'm terrible for sitting, putting one leg underneath me and sitting on it, again, that's going to have its consequences. So it allows you to be as well. Maybe adjusting the habits to balance yourself off. Okay, one more breath here. And exhale, drop it down. And bring yourself all the way back up. Good, we're going to do a little seated cat-cow here. So I'll just practice with the moves first and then we'll add the breath in after. So round the shoulders, pull the belly back, have this concave. And then open the chest wide, shoulders back, chest forward. So just the same as you would in cat-cow, but we're just doing it seated. Okay, so let's think about the breath. I'll come from the side so you can see the side view. So let's think about the breath. We want to breathe in as we expand, fill the lungs. And then as we contract, we want to exhale, pull the belly in, empty the lungs completely. Now this is definitely one of those that's going to look different on everybody. So we're just working through the spine. Practice, investigate, have the arms out, have the arms in. See which gives you the best connection. So just play with that as you start to warm through the spine. And maybe one part of the movement feels really nice, and you can hold. Don't hold the breath though. Keep the breath moving, but maybe this expansion across the chest feels really nice. So you want to stay here and breathe a couple of times. And then the same, maybe the other way. Let's make it your own. Just let that roll through a couple more times. It's amazing how time flies. Okay, let that go and just come back to your start position. So we're going to expand on that twist a little bit. So come off of your cushion or your bolster. And then we're going to do a little gentle twist. So have the legs in front of you again, just like we did in Paschimottanasana. And then we're going to bend the right foot, bend the right knee, place the foot next to the inside of the left knee. This may be enough. We may be able to take it and place it to the outside of the knee. I'm just trying to give it the best angle. To the outside of the knee. Now, if by taking it to the, probably go full circle. If by taking it to the outside of the knee, it means you can't flatten your foot all the way down as if you were standing on the floor, then adjust and bring it back in. But if you can take it across and you feel that grounding, that connection, then leave it there. I'm going to take it here just so I think it's easier for you to see a position. We're going to do an open twist first. So there's open twists and closed twists. We're going to take the left hand behind us and we're going to take the right elbow to the inside of the right knee. And then just like we did with our cross leg twist, we're going to inhale, lift up. And then exhale, turn and look over the left shoulder. So you can feel this is a more open position. So we're not squeezing the belly on this one. We're open. So this is safe for everybody. So you need to be really careful with twists in pregnancy. So hopefully nobody is doing these videos in pregnancy unless they've done it before. But this is safe for pregnancy. Okay, release, come back to the center, and we'll turn it into a closed twist. So you can leave the leg on the other side if you've taken it there. Otherwise, we're just going to hug this knee in. So we're going to take the opposite arm, and we're going to wrap the elbow around the knee. So we're towards the body. Inhale up through the spine, and then turn and look over the right shoulder. So you can feel in this twist, as we breathe in, the breath is restricted. So we're pushing the belly into the thigh. So the organs are having a good ring out here. Sometimes if you have any kind of IBS conditions or any times when you're menstruating, this might not feel nice. So if it doesn't, just repeat the open twist twice. Okay, inhale, bring it back to the center. And we'll take it on the other side. So bending the knee in, keeping it to the inside or the outside of the knee, whichever you prefer. And we're going to open twist first. So easy way to remember it is when you're open twisting, it's the same arm as leg. So the arm comes inside, right arm behind, and turn and face away. So look over that shoulder. Just a gentle thing. Again, don't yank the neck. So open twisting, same arm, same leg, and you all know that you don't have that ringing through the belly. Gently bring it back. And we'll go for the closed twist. So the opposite arm now wraps around the knee. Pull it in tight. So you're pulling the knee in towards the body. Inhale up, and then exhale, turn. There's a lot to think about, but if you can, keep the right legs pointing up. Try not to let it just relax too much. But there's so much to think about when beginning, so don't worry. You need to be gentle with yourself when you're beginning, with yourself all the time, especially at the beginning, to do well at something. And it's counterintuitive to us to soften for maximum effect. We're often grinding, working hard. This is the opposite. And release. Come back to the center. Okay, we're going to come into a more active Paschimottanasana now. So we did a soft one last time. We're going to add the arms in. So come and find your sitting bones again. Active legs, toes pointing up. Shoulders up, back and down. Let's start in Dandasana. Nice, tall spine. Couple of breaths here. Inhale the arms. And then exhale, relax the shoulders. So let the shoulders drop back down into their sockets. They might come wide. Everybody's anatomy is going to be a little bit different here. And then the next inhale, lift up and out of the hips, reach up with the fingertips, and then folding forward. So you're reaching forward with the fingers. Forget about going down. Just keep reaching them forward. Forward, forward, forward. And then eventually, they will touch down. They may find the thighs, they may find the knees, the shins, or possibly the feet. But wherever they found, that's perfectly right for you today. Again, don't hyperextend these knees. If you ever feel the hamstrings pulling right up at where it meets the buttocks, and a little bend in the knee is what you need. It's the weakest part of the string, and you need to protect it. And then when you're here, just a few deep, delicious breaths just to soften you into the stretch. Change is happening gradually every time you practice. If it helps, I often find that when I can feel a resistance in the body, if I locate that resistance and send the breath there, and that allows me just to soften a little bit more. I can connect with that part of my body. It's good to find the mental phrases that work for you as well. So whether that's soften, relax, let go, surrender, whatever word works for you. Then you're just going to release the hands and slowly roll yourself back up. Okay, so if you notice how you feel here, sometimes that forward stretch, we need to then take the back and give it some softening. So we're going to come and lie down, and then we're going to hug both knees in. So we're going to give ourselves a big hug here. So you can roll across the spine. You can make circles. It depends on your spine. So some people like to take small circles. You can massage in to the sacrum here. Or you can go both ways. Or it might be nice to roll across the spine. It's probably nice to do all of it. And just give yourself some time to do that now. Okay, place the soles of the feet down on the floor, and we're going to want them hip width apart. So hip width is you're not sure when you're lying down, feet together, toes out wide, and then heels underneath. That's your hip width. And then you're going to want your bottom reasonably close to your heel. So if you reach down, you should just about be able to your heels for this move. So if that feels much too restrictive, then maybe a little bit further, but that's where we're kind of heading. Have the arms alongside the body. Let's bring the palms up so we're not tempted to use our upper body to lift us. And then just take a moment to nestle the shoulders into the floor. So we want as much of our back as possible touching down. Now press down into the feet. So just ground down into the feet first. As you press down into the feet, you'll feel that the lower back starts to lift slightly. But I want you to just feel that connection. Feel the whole foot. Maybe pressing into the toes first, then the sides, then the heels. Just make sure you can feel the grounding down through the feet. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do a rolling Dvipadipitham here. So rolling bridge. On your next inhale, press down into the feet as you tilt the tailbone and then slowly start to peel the spine off the floor. And then as you exhale, slowly replacing link by link. At the bottom of the move, the tailbone tilts slightly in the other direction before you begin the journey again with the next inhale. And just keep rolling up and down here. Just honor your own breath. So don't worry if you're moving at a different pace to me. It's never very natural when you're talking anyway, the breath. So just go at your own pace. And you'll notice that each time you rise, you'll go a little bit higher. And then each time you come down, it'll be a little bit smoother. Really connect with your spine here. And then the other thing you'll notice is the pause of the breath. So as you inhale and reach your maximum position, at the top of that in-breath, there's a natural, gentle pause, just a stillness before the exhale begins. Come all the way back down. And then at the end of the exhalation, the bottom of the exhalation, there's that pause again. So things to watch out for in this pose. Make sure you don't let the knees splay. You want the knees to stay pointing forwards. Just be conscious that you haven't taken all the weight into the arms now and you're pushing up with the upper body. You want the move to come all with the hips and the spine. We're activating our posterior chain here, so all of the muscles along the back side of the body. Okay, finish the one you're on. And then gently hug the knees in again. Have a little rock, a little roll. And we'll just loosen off the back. So have the arms alongside the body. You can be crucifix or you can be cactus with the arms. And you're just going to, as you exhale, windscreen wide for the legs. They're not going all the way, they're just gently dropping, controlled with your core, dropping to one side and then the other. Okay. Stop on the last hug. And then you're going to make your way into Shavasana. So you might want to have the bolster underneath the back of your knees. Let's come and find a lying position. You're going to have your legs hip distance or maybe even wider apart, and you're going to let the ankles roll out to the side. So the legs are relaxed. You may want to squeeze and release the glutes a few times if they've fired up from that bridge. Just so you can drop your weight down in to the earth. And then your head is in line with your spine. So as you've been moving around, make sure you haven't adjusted it and gone off to one side. And then the arms alongside the body, palms up. Have a nice gap around the armpits to let the energy flow. And find the position that works so as your shoulder blades can nestle down into the floor. If you haven't already, let the eyes close. And just take a couple of deep sighing breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just let the whole body soften down into the mat. And this is the time for your body to integrate the work that it's just done. So your body's intelligence will now integrate all of that work. Temptation often as a beginner is to skip Shavasana, to stop the video or to, at the end of your practice, just crack on with the rest of your day. Shavasana is so important. So take the time just to rest here. So I would recommend staying here for 5 or 10 minutes if you can. The longer the better. Just give yourself time to let the body integrate all of that work. Until next week, namaste. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Shavasana and have a good week.